Today here in Madden 26, we're going to be doing a new look Los Angeles Chargers rebuild. At the end of the day, Justin Herbert is a really good quarterback, but he's been very disappointing when he's been in the playoffs. So today our goal is to fix that and get this man a Lombardi trophy. But before we get into today's video, YouTube does tell him about 83% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you do fall in the 83%, want to change that, that'd be greatly appreciated. So as I mentioned, the Los Angeles Chargers are one of those teams that always look pretty good in the AFC. They've made the playoffs a couple of times with Herbert, but when they've gotten there, it's been kind of a disaster. Obviously, blew the lead to the Jaguars, had their horrible game against the Houston Texans, didn't play too well against the Patriots last year. It's just not been a good playoff outing for Justin Herbert, which sucks because, I think Justin Herbert is loved by a lot of people. He does get his due hate, of course. I personally like Justin Herbert a lot. I think he's a great quarterback, but he's just not shown up in the biggest moments, unfortunately, and I really need him to. But and I'm not even a Chargers fan. I'm just rooting for the guy. So here's what things look like. Of course, one of their big additions with David Njoku, Cole Strange, Tyler Biadasz, Omarion Hampton being healthy for the full season would help out a ton. You don't have Keenan Allen anymore, but Ladd McConkey was pretty disappointing last year. Hopefully this time he is so much better like he was his rookie season. But for your number one, of course, we're going to just simply simulate and see how things go. So without further ado, we're an 81 overall, 83 offense, 80 defense. Let's get into the regular season, and hopefully this Chargers team makes the playoffs with no problems, but we shall see. So at the end of year number one, we do go over 500 win our last two games of the season, but ultimately we did miss the playoffs in year one, which is definitely disappointing, but that's where sometimes the Chargers have found themselves in the past. So nothing that hasn't been seen before, but at least our offense was top 10, so that's a good sign that, this playbook could work. Defensively, on the other hand, not so good. So you had 29-9 from Justin Herbert. You had 975 yards and 14 rushing touchdowns from Omarion Hampton. I actually have not read any updates about Madden 27. I know Bengal did a video about it. I need to go watch it, and I have not yet. But I really hope and pray that playbooks are not so important in the next Madden. They said they were going to change it in this one. So annoying that I have to change the playbooks all the time, and it feels like I'm using the same 4 or 5 playbooks every freaking rebuild. It's very boring and annoying. I really hope they get that fixed. But anyway, 3 interceptions, 2, and then yeah, so things looked good. You did have, not to ignore that Thule had 11 sacks. It was going on a little tangent there, but all right, let's get in the offseason, continue to work on what we need to work on. So $43 million in cap space, still definitely something we can use to make this team even better. Whoops, I meant to go to the offseason. We don't need to look at the playoff bracket. I guess we're in the divisional now. So you have the Rams, Cowboys, Bills, Ravens, Jags, Chiefs, Giants, and Falcons. Interesting. Okay, so let's get in the offseason, and we'll see who goes on to win the Super Bowl, and then we can make our changes from there as we need to make this team better and get them into the postseason. So let's see who made it to said Super Bowl. We're about to find out. It's going to be the battle of Harbaugh versus his former team, Giants and Ravens. The Ravens ended up winning, so I guess Lamar got his ring. That's awesome. But Josh Allen, Vrabel, Rashee Rice, Micah Parsons, Jordan Tyson, and Ruben Payne are your award winners. Malachi Starks for Super Bowl MVP, and then we end up with $67 million. Would not shock me the slightest if Khalil Mack called it a career. That's definitely something I could see happening. So let's go see if that was the case. Khalil Mack, yeah, and Tomlinson. So yeah, doesn't totally shock me. Also, I just saw Calais Campbell. Obviously, tragic story that just came out. Prayers up for that whole situation. That's awful. But let's go ahead and take a look at our re-sign. So 16 players to talk to, and let's see what we got going on here. So Thule, who just had 11 sacks, and we just lost Khalil Mack. Don't think this is a debate. I definitely think we bring him back. So that's a no-brainer in my opinion. Dante Jackson, 31-year-old corner. Henley, I definitely want to keep Henley. Let's do that. 27. Definitely want to keep him around at 84 overall. That's a no-brainer as well. I'll probably let Dante Jackson go. Njoku, I'll probably let go as well. I'm definitely have some Rondé Gadsden stock. I actually even have him on my dynasty team, so I was a little upset when, obviously Njoku signed to the Chargers, but it makes sense. It makes sense. Just was kind of hoping for Rondé Gadsden to get that tight end 1 role this year. He was good for a couple weeks last year. Anyway, that's a whole, dynasty side tangent. But Justin Herbert, Omarion Hampton, Ladd McConkey, Johnston, Gadsden now is going to be that tight end 1. I actually feel good about this offensive line. Obviously, Slater. And then that's another thing. Obviously, last year, the Chargers, I totally kind of glossed over this, but Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater missed so much time. Slater didn't even miss or play a single game, and Alt, I think, missed some time, came back and got hurt again or something like that. So having those two back will definitely be helpful. And Omarion Hampton, as I mentioned, having him healthy will be helpful as well. But this definitely could still use some more work. So let's go ahead and continue to get to work here. Molden and Smith both being star dev is awesome. Obviously, Derwin James is technically a safety, but the reason why this roster creator has him at corner is obviously he's playing that slot, slot cornerback role, that nickel role or whatever. So that's kind of why he's there. So we do need maybe another corner or two, an edge rusher, another linebacker. So to me, the defense is probably where we'll look to address most things. I actually feel like we can get by with this offense for now. Defensively is where there's a lot of issues. So let's go see what we can do in free agency for that. So not a free agency class I'm overly in love with, but here's what we've offered. So I'm in on Driven Dexter. It looks like he might choose the Chargers. He would be my favorite landing by far. Deontay Banks, who's honestly been trash for the most part, but he's a star dev 26-year-old, so I'm just kind of hoping he can develop here and have a new change of scenery, maybe become something. We'll see. Okereke and then Driven Dexter, but I'm hoping that Driven Dexter chooses us, and Okereke is just a one-year deal, so we'll see if we get Dexter to choose us. He does not, kind of figured, but so we walk away with Bobby and Deontay Banks. So nothing to be over the moon about, but, we got a couple defensive players we're going to have to really hit in this draft for sure. I want another edge rusher. I want to continue to address that D-line like I was trying to. We bring in another corner at least. And yeah, so edge rusher, D-tackle, and corner is definitely what we'll be looking for. So let's go ahead, head in the draft. We'll have a decent pick with us missing the playoffs, so we should be able to do some decent work, hopefully. So let's go see what we can accomplish in this draft. So I think in round one, I am going to be taking Jaden Jackson here. I said we need an interior defensive lineman. Driven Dexter would have been awesome to get. Unfortunately, he did not choose us. So I'm going to Jaden Jackson here. He's going to be 76 in true value. Got him at 16. So not quite what you want, but on the positive side, he is going to be hidden dev. So we'll at least take that. We'll try to do a better job in round two. I had some guys in my head at round two. If they fell here, I'd be all over if they did. So we got a couple of edge rushers like Tuati, Traore. Okay, so we might have to look at both of them. Let's see what both of them have going. So, okay, so Traore could be nice at a Notre Dame, or do we go with the other guy? Pretty similar to our other edge rusher's name, it looks like, but I actually... okay, yeah, I'm actually sold on this. So we're going to go with him as our left edge rusher to be opposite of what we have right now, and that makes up for kind of what we did in the last round. 20 in true value, Gab at 48. So that feels like a home run slam dunk of a pick, so that's awesome. And then I also want to take a linebacker or a corner here if we can, if one makes sense. So we got AJ Harris, we got Chris Cole. So as I was talking about, James Smith could take another D lineman, but I probably won't. So I'm definitely leaning towards AJ Harris or Chris Cole here probably. So AJ Harris, I'm probably going to go with him just because he could just kind of develop in the background for now. Maybe take over for Deontay Banks next year. So welcome to the team. 94 in true value. Got him at 80. Only normal dev, but still pretty happy with the pick. I'm gonna leave it at that. We can go take a look at the draft recap and the lineup. And we didn't do a whole lot to upgrade our defense, but maybe a defensive playbook change will be enough for that to, make a massive difference. So we do walk away with 74 overall D tackle and 76 edge rusher. So that feels pretty good. In 73 and then 72. Not too bad. Actually pretty happy with that. So again, playbook change is probably going to be the biggest thing that's going to change for this defense. So we got 83 overall, 85 offense, 81 defense. If we take, not trade center, whoops, we want to go look at the lineup with everybody kind of in play now. So with that being said, you have Slaughter, Biada, Strange, Alt, Gadsden, Johnston. So the offense, of course, didn't change much at all. Defensively, this is where we really hit home. Obviously, the last names are not the same, but they're pretty close, I guess. It felt like they were anyway. Jaden Jackson, Okereke, Henley, Steele, Hart, Banks, Derwin James, AJ Harris. So, yeah, I guess the biggest thing for me, as I mentioned, I'm going to leave the offense the same. I felt good about how it played. So we're running a 3-4 right now. So I guess I'm going to go with Pittsburgh's playbook for next year and hope that can lead us somewhere. We'll see if that ends up changing anything for us, but last year was a disappointing run to not make the playoffs at 9-8, and our defense was like 31st in the NFL on top of that. So maybe with that change, it'll be different this year. Time will tell. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. So at the end of year number 2, things only got worse, unfortunately. 6-11. While the overall is up, the record is down. So did I make a mistake by changing the playbook? I don't know. Top 10 offense again. And then defensively, I assume we just weren't good on the side of the ball. 24th, so it was better than last year, but still not very good for the most part. I do think we need more talent on defense, but we'll get there hopefully. 28-9 from Justin Herbert. So again, the offense continues to impress me for the most part. Ladd McConkey turning into his old self. Love to see that. And then sacks-wise, you have 12.5 from Tulia again, who had another double-digit season. And then you had The other 2 I guess, go with 7 sacks and then 5 from Henley. But overly disappointing for the most part. Just not a good season. Really disappointing stuff. So, again, we're headed to the offseason looking to upgrade. So, we'll go see who our free agents are. And we're going to have to really hit home on upgrading this defense because that has been our problem. Our defense has been awful. Obviously, Jesse Minter leaving will probably hurt the Chargers anyway. Him going to the Ravens and all that. But we now have $80 million in cap space. We might have some important retirements, but we'll take a look. So nothing showing up so far. Pete Carroll, I guess, is retiring. But okay. You had the Chiefs and the Packers meet up in the Super Bowl, and the Packers blew them the hell out. But we didn't have any award winners, obviously. But Michael Penix is MVP on the Browns. Interesting. Canales on the Texans, Coach of the Year. So D'Amico got fired and very weird. Okay, Jeremiah Smith was on the Browns. That makes sense. He's Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Justin Williams is your Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Bengals. Okay. $80 million to work with. I presume there could be some important free agents to worry about, such like Ladd might be a free agent. Yeah, and Joe Alt. So yeah, there are some, and Elijah Molden, superstar dev still. There definitely is some important ones here, that's for sure. So that makes sense why we have a little bit more money than we were expecting. But these guys are a must keep around. There's no world where we let Joe Alt or Ladd McConkey go. Such such important cornerstones of our offense. There's no reason to let either of them walk out the door. So that was a pretty easy decision for me. So those two are back. Elijah Molden, will go ahead and give him, an extension as well because he's 29 superstar dev. Keep him around. And then Mitchell, still I would like to keep. This is going to be all our money out the window though. So we can only give him this. Hopefully he accepts it. He does. So still is back. So we might have to look into restructuring contracts because clearly we're still not good enough. And we might be losing Quentin Johnston as well. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and be all right with that. So 500K is all we have. Again, we're probably going to have to restructure some guys, maybe cut someone, do something along the lines to free up money. But clearly, now I will say Trey Harris could step up and then Thompson. So we maybe don't need to upgrade at wide receiver. We can just, or bring in another wide receiver. We could just go with what we have. We will need another guard. Fair enough. Gaston's up to superstar dev. That's helpful. Defensively, still have Henley, of course. And then we still need to upgrade this D-line. Still could use another corner. Safeties still look okay. But yeah, let's go see what is an avenue to maybe free up some money. Is this even a good free agency class? Is it even worth freeing up money for? Let's see. We got Drake May, Tyreek Hill, Skoronski. I mean, we do need another guard, but I don't know if I want to invest that much in the guard spot. Deron Payne, I guess, would be a decent defensive tackle to bring in. Chase Brown's here. Other than Deron Payne, it's not looking that great, honestly. So, yeah, we might have to look at trading for some guys as well. Maybe being aggressive. Javon Bullard actually would be a really nice pickup at corner. I wouldn't hate that. So, Javon Bullard and then Deron Payne. Is that what we kind of, and then we do need another linebacker. Maybe we can get one here. Bobby Wagner just refuses to retire, I guess. A little surprised by that. Okay. I think that's my goal. So I'm going to try to sign Javon Bullard and Deron Payne if we can. We'll have to free up money for that. And then maybe draft a linebacker in round 1. We'll have a decent pick for that. If we look at the combine results, the mock drafts, I guess, there we go, mock drafts. What pick do we have exactly? We go to mock draft 5. Never mind, it's not loading. Okay, I guess we'll go to mock draft 4. Okay, so we're going to have pick number 8. We could land a really good player in the draft as well. Maybe we can trade our second and third rounders and just worry about our round 1. We'll see. But first and foremost, have to free up some money. So let's see what avenue we have for that. So we have a option to cut Herbert. Obviously, we're not doing that. Derwin James, we're not cutting. Slay, we're not cutting. So restructuring will be our best bet, probably. So that frees up $23 million. That's an easy one for me. And then Derwin James, if we restructure him, that's another double. And then Slater. So I think that'll be the 3 guys we restructure as we go all in on this offseason. So I kind of told you who we're going to be going for. So I'm going to go ahead and give Javon Bullard a deal to bring him back. So let's try to bring him in, I should say, not bring him back. So Javon Bullard would be nice. And then Deron Payne. That would be basically, now Sweat's younger, but Deron Payne is more interested. And he's only on a 1-year deal. So we'll go with him. And okay, I think that feels good. And then we can draft an impactful players in round 1. Javon Bullard still considering options, but he does choose us, so that upgrades our defense a little bit. Those are 2 really good additions. Still need to draft a guard at some point as well, so that's something we'll do probably in round 1 or 2. And then round 3 we'll worry about. Or round 1, I'm hoping to draft a linebacker or trade down and draft one. But yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Get in the draft and see if we can hit in this draft and finally make the playoffs in year 3. But we got to have a good draft here. But that was a good start to free agency at least. Okay, so I forgot to literally record my first round pick. Unfortunately, I stopped recording just so I could save what I've recorded so far. And then I forgot to click record for round 2. But basically, I took a D tackle in round 1. It wasn't great value. He was a hidden dev, but we basically whiffed in a way. I mean, there was a D tackle that didn't fall to us. Anyway, we're here in round 2, and basically I've scanned the board. I said we needed a guard. I said we needed an interior offensive lineman. Didn't like anything we have on the board. I think I'm going to take my guard in round 3. So my goal here right now is to trade for an interior linebacker, basically. So that is what we're doing at this very moment. So if we can cook that up, so let's go see what Mike linebackers we can potentially trade for around the league. But I'm definitely all serious about this. So the Bengals probably wouldn't trade Justin Williams after he just won, of course, what he did. Obviously, getting like Swessinger would be awesome. Should we just go for something like that? Commanders have Sonny Styles, of course, but probably wouldn't. Jahad Campbell off the Eagles. Is there a way they can't pay him or something, but they don't have the cap for that? Christian Harris, Fred Warner. Probably can't trade him. Edmonds, fully signed to Lewicon. Overall is down a little bit. Jack Campbell, of course, the Lions paid. Okay, so Kobe Dean doesn't really move it for me. Roquan. I'm not really seeing anything crazy that I'm seeing so far. I mean, I guess we're pretty much choosing between, well, we can't do Bernard. So Swessinger can't do either. We don't have a lot of Nick Bolton. We could probably get Nick Bolton, but would the Chargers or would the Chiefs really trade him in the division? I mean, we could try it. So let's see if we offered our second round pick. We get Nick Bolton here. And it says that to put him over the cap, so I guess they can't do it. Okay. I did see Sonny Styles. I would be interested in that, but that feels a little... Not that these are... You know what? Let's see. Swessinger again. Can't... Okay, we can't do Swessinger. I forgot about that. Broncos. All right. You know what? I'm going to go and talk to the Bengals about their defensive rookie of the year in Justin Williams. You want to trade him and sell high? Why not? Okay, so that actually gets the trade close. I would prefer to keep my third rounder to draft a guard if we can, and that gets it done. So Justin Williams is coming to us now. So the Bengals trade him in the most unrealistic scenario you could possibly think of, but you know what? We walk away pretty good. So let's go ahead and get our guard in round 3, which is what I was thinking. So we have Hamilton on the board at the moment, or Townsend. Lacks discipline. There was a few guys I was looking at. Neither one of them are going to be over the moon good or anything, but Townsend was not the one I was looking at. We have Anderson. Anderson was the one I was looking at. I think I'm going to go with him here in round 3. Probably not going to be a slam dunk pick, but okay, not bad. 82 in true value, got him a 72. I'll take it. So that concludes our draft, and hopefully we can, and I'll show you who I drafted in round 1 as well. So 75 overall defensive tackle is what we got in round 1. Not too bad, but 73 overall right guard, 69 overall Mike linebacker in round 5. Obviously, we traded our second round pick, so these guys were later picks. But still, I feel pretty good about that. $4 million in cap space, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm pulling out all the stops for this finals, or for this third season, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can come out here and make it happen. So Marquis Anderson, Biotish, Slaughter, All, Gadsden, Trey Harris, Justin Herbert, Hampton, McConkey, and Thompson. And then defensively, it's looking really good over here now after adding Justin Williams, Smith, Still, Bullard, Banks. I mean, there's decent depth here. And of course, we need to put Terry as a starter over Tart, unfortunately. But I said I'm pulling out all the stops here. I think this usually gets into the playoffs no matter what. I'm going to run Seattle's playbook on defense. So hopefully that is the answer to all of our problems. I'm going to continue to stick with Harbaugh's offense. I feel pretty good about what it's done so far. Maybe year 3 is finally the year we get where we can finally get into the postseason. This looks pretty solid for the most part. And the defense, I think, looks the best we've had it throughout the video as well. We'll see. Time will tell. Let's get the regular season, and hopefully this is the year we make the postseason with Justin Herbert again. At the end of this season, we end up finishing the season strong at 13-4. Seattle's playbook gets us what we need. The Dolphins are the matchup in round 1. But most importantly, and we have no injuries either to report, which is awesome. No league leaders or anything, but we are at least here in the dance. Finally, it took a while for that to happen, but we are here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Offensively, our worst finish so far, but you know what? That's fine because we at least made the damn playoffs. Defensively, our best finish so far, so that is fantastic. So 29-5 from Justin Herbert. Hampton with 20 touchdowns. Damn, Marion Hampton. He's on my dynasty team as well. If you want to give me 20 touchdowns in one season, I'd be all about it. The receiving yards were down a little bit. Nobody had like 1,300 yards or anything, but McConkey, to be fair, he did miss 2 games, and then Gaston missed 5 games. So sacks wise, this guy continues to get double digits. Actually, this is the other one. So he had 8 this time around. Henley with 5, Kyle Kennard with 3.5, and then interceptions 4 from Williams, 4 from Derwin James, 2 from Banks, and then a bunch of guys had 1. So great stuff. But now we get to go play the Miami Dolphins. So let's get out there and do that. I assume they have some young quarterback that's a stud. That's going to be kind of a problem for us, but hopefully we can still get out there and win this game and get Justin Herbert not only a Lombardi this year, but his first playoff win as well. He hasn't even had that yet, so let's see if we can do that. So at home in SoFi, it is a great chance to get Justin Herbert his first playoff victory. We're going up against the Dolphins. It's going to be a stop for us to start things off, and so do they, and both teams cannot score to this point. First quarter goes unscored. Second quarter, do we draw first blood here? Yes, we do. 7-0. And we get an interception from Derwin James. That's what we want out of Derwin James. We're up 14-0 just like that. The Dolphins do score a field goal before the half is over. And, okay, we get another stop on 4th down. We need to go score again. And there we go. 21-3. This is looking like a win for Herbert in his first playoff. Okay, hold on. The Dolphins, nope, they get stopped here. And that is all she wrote. 24-10 victory. The best part is I didn't even need to jump in and make sure we win this game. So 24-10 over the Miami Dolphins, and I actually have no idea who their starter was, but we'll find out here in a second. Oh, it was Arch Manning. Okay, interesting. So Arch Manning was their QB, 1-1, and then 2-1 from Herbert. You had 95 rushing yards from Hampton. Love to see that. 89 yards from Jalen Naylor. Obviously a Raider in real life, but you had Thompson with a touchdown, and then McConkey had a touchdown. And then sacks-wise, you had 2 from Mateo, 1 from Molden, 1 from Payne, and 1 from Jaden Jackson. You did have an interception from Johnson. We saw that 1 from Derwin James. But okay, we're headed to the divisional. We got Herbert his first playoff win. Let's try to go get another one and get to the AFC Championship game. So here we are once again at home. This time we have the Baltimore Ravens coming to town. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. This one will not be easy, but let's see if we can come out here and win this thing. Of course, they have won a Super Bowl already in this video, and Loop gets a field goal blocked. Would love to score off of that, but we do not. We got the Navy uniforms on as well. Let's go score on this drive. It's a great time. Both defenses playing super well so far, but both teams do score before the half is over. That's good. And the Ravens do score right back, but we as well. Only a field goal, though. We can take the lead here, and we do, 14-17, but the Ravens quickly respond. And now we get an interception with 5 minutes and 53 seconds left. I guess we're at our own 10 now, though. It looked like we're going to be at good field position, but I guess not. Okay, so 21-17. We're down 4. We have, the ball with 5 minutes and 53 seconds left, so we definitely have plenty of time to make something happen here. We're going to start off with a run to Hampton, who only has 48 yards in the day. So it looks like both defenses have been really good in the first half for the most part, but, things have changed a little bit in the second half. So let's try to get a good drive going here. That was only a 2-yard gain, so we need a little bit better here, but let's see what we like on this shot here. I'm going to go to Hampton. And oh my gosh, that's a lot of... Oh my... I was about to say, if Gasson gives me that block, I don't know if he's going to outrun Humphrey. No, he doesn't. But he gets us down to the 12-yard line. That was a lot of green grass in front of us. And if I was like praying that Gasson was going to give me that block. And did he come through? He did. Love that. Okay. So we are now on the Ravens side of the field. Of course, coming away with more than 3 here is so important because we're down 4. Do not want to settle for 3 in this situation. And we go ahead and bring in the backup. Gets us down to the 3-yard line. And we are going to go right back to him because that was a really good run. Let's see if he can put in the end zone now. So the Ravens, of course, will have plenty of time to respond. Easy peasy. Touchdown. Did have to break a few tackles. But okay. That should put us up 3. Hope our defense can get a stop. Let's see if they do. And they do. So now it's just playing keep away at this point. So let's come back out here and try to play keep away on the Baltimore Ravens. Decent field position as well from our own 42-yard line. Let's see if we can have a good drive going here. I'm going to start with a run to Hampton. Going to get a decent gain with 2 yards. Not much, I guess. Injury timeout to someone. It might have been our offensive line. That's not good. Of course, we still have, a few games to go here. So this is just a divisional, isn't it? So we definitely have a lot to go. So let's see if we can get a big gain here potentially. And I didn't get it off in time, but I loved B right there. So Biotish gets hurt. Now, thankfully, he's not out. So we're going to go ahead and sub him for now. Now I got to pick up a first down. We don't really want to give the Ravens the ball back. Do I secretly run the ball on them? Would they be expecting that right now? This is ballsy and gutsy, but I'm going to do it. Let's see if they are ready for the run. Gonna get a manageable, 4th and manageable. This is ballsy, but we might go for this. This is why I was kind of considering it. 4th and 2 gives you a shot to go for it, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. So this is a very short play. I almost want to throw Trey Harris on a go route over the top, and maybe he just comes away open for a touchdown. does take away a short route that we could have as an option. We have to be ready for a blitz here, but you know what? We're going to go for it. So actually you can just scramble this with Justin Herbert. So we're going to get the first down and just slide. We'll take that. That makes the Ravens call their timeout. Thankfully, we did not throw that ball downfield. That would not have been the best thing to do there. So now the Ravens just have to utilize this timeouts. We're not quite out of the clear just yet. Big run though to Hampton to get things started. That's going to make it a 2nd and 1. That's actually huge because now you just need 1 first down. Joe All gets hurt. We got to make sure he doesn't play anymore. Now we can put on true clock. But we basically just need 1 yard for another first down. And the Ravens, pretty much this game will be all but over on almost. So let's see if we can get this first down here. And it is a first down. They'll use that last timeout. They will have 1 more stoppage of the clock, though, to be fair on their side. So let's make sure we just continue to get first downs. But 1 more first down, this game is definitely over, even though it probably already is at this point. They do have 1 more stoppage. Oh, that's game. So game over. And just like that, we are headed to the AFC Championship game. Very hard-fought victory there. Hampton ended up being the MVP at the end. Hopefully our offensive line is okay. This takes us a 2-minute warning. But like I said, this game is over. So we can kneel this bad boy out. And we should be in the clear after that. So true clock is on. But that should take us to the 2-minute warning. And I think I will see you guys in the AFC Championship game. But beautiful stuff, beating the Ravens 21-24. Now for our toughest opponent yet, on the road in Buffalo, going against the Buffalo Bills. So this one's not going to be easy, but hopefully we're ready for, we're ready to play here. So we're going to go up 3-0. That's a good start. Of course, being up 3-0 is always good, but, you'd love to have 14 instead of 6 at the moment. But our defense is playing well so far. We're up 2 possessions, and just like that, they do make it a 1 possession, and they take the lead. So, yeah, field goals probably weren't going to hold the lead very long, but we do get our first touchdown of the game. Finally, the Bills tied up again with another field goal, and we take it back 23-16. And just like that, with 33 seconds left, this game is basically over. Now, the Bills do have all their timeouts, so technically we need 1 more first down for that to be the case. So let's make sure we do that. I mean, even if we kick the field goal right now, which we're in decent field goal range with Dicker the kicker, we are definitely, walking away out of here victorious, and that's going to get us very close to 2nd and 1. So Taylor Tatum, I hope Hampton might have gotten hurt. That's not good. So yeah, because Tatum carried a lot of the load today. So don't really know what happened there, but we need one yard. That's it, and this game is over. So once again, give me that yard, and we 3rd and inches. We did not get it. So actually, we do have another play to run here. So let's see if we can. My phone's ringing, but let's see if we can get it with Hansen to just officially end this game. Just need 1 yard here, and he does get it barely, but that's going to get us out of here with the victory. Hopefully Hampton's okay. Don't love that he wasn't playing that last drive there, or didn't have a lot of the carries, so that might be an issue to deal with later. Let's go ahead and take a look at the medical report to see if that is the case. So I guess, is there even a way to look at that now? Team stats? There may not be a way to look at that anymore. Okay, hopefully he's all right. But you had 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, so both quarterbacks did not throw an interception. You had 126 yards from Keon Coleman, 83 yards from Ladd McConkey, and then you had 2.5 sacks from Landry, 1.5 from Bernard. They got a lot of sacks on us, but we had a couple in our own right, I guess. But okay, we're headed to the Super Bowl. Got Herbert all the way there. Hopefully hopefully our offensive line's okay, and hopefully Hampton's okay. We shall see. So unfortunately, worst case scenario, Omarion Hampton will miss this game. He is out with an ankle injury, which is just unfortunate because he was such a big part of our offense. This whole video he's been scoring a lot of touchdowns for us, and he was really good in that Ravens game for us. But we're playing the Niners here in the Super Bowl now, and we are going to start off with a touchdown. That is our best start, I think, so far. But the Niners do respond pretty quickly, but we respond right back. And we got to stop here, which is good. Can we? And, not to mention, this is obviously Jim's former team. He coached the Niners once upon a time, as we all know. 17-14, got them to the Super Bowl. They lost to the Ravens there. We need okay, we tied up at least. The 49ers take the lead back, and now we have it with 20-17 from our own 39-yard line. So we're gonna see if we can come out here and respond here. So 20-17, 10 minutes left, plenty of time in this game, but I definitely want to see if we can come out here and put ourselves in the lead because, obviously we've gotten all that. That didn't go anywhere. 2nd and 10. We've gotten this far. Do not want to waste the opportunity. Not having Hampton is such a big blow to this offense, but we'll try to get by without him, and we'll see if we can still score on this drive here. So Trey Harris, I'm going to throw you on a go route, but other than that, I'm definitely Looking to see what we got here. So I'm just going to hit our backup running, and he drops it 3rd and 10. Just wanted a first down. We didn't get it. Okay. Try that again. This time, I don't know if I should say this is 4-down territory because there's so much time in this game, but we definitely need a big gain here if we can get it. And oh my gosh, that was actually such a lucky first down. The blocks just led so good there. We do get an injury timeout to our offensive line again. Cannot seem to stay healthy right now. That's really unfortunate. Does Ladd McConkey have it in him to go downfield wide open? We're doing a play action boot here. See if I have enough time to get this. B. Herbert, you stud. What a throw. We'll take it. But that's kind of throws Herbert's capable of at times. So I was very confident in throwing that. We're down to the 15-yard line. Great throw. Rashawn Slater out of the game. Or not out, but we're substituting him for now. All right. I think I'm going to go back to running the football here. So let's see if we can go get a touchdown. Maybe on this one play alone. It gets us inside the 5. We're at the 3-yard line with Carson Hansen. Getting by with some randoms on, unfortunately, with Hampton out. But, you know, we don't need to do verticals. Let's just go right back to Hansen here. And Fred Warner is going to meet him in the middle, but Hansen still crosses the goal line. And we are going to take the lead here. But now we need our defense to hold up. We did our job. Can our defense do the same thing? And yes, 20-24. So we do have the ball right back. And we are going to come out here and try to at least get in field goal range to make it a 7-point game, if nothing else. I'd obviously love to just score a touchdown if we can. But we're going to get a nice gain here. 2nd and 2. We love nothing more than to just throw a dime right now for a touchdown. It'd be so awesome. It feels so good. Harris, Thompson, I'm going to give both of you guys the opportunity to do something like that. Let's see if I have the ability to get one of these off. Harris, I believe in you, my friend. Or I guess this is Thompson. Thompson, this is what I wanted. Oh, my Lord. Exactly what I was wanting has happened. 20-31. Should hopefully put us in the lead to win this game with 5 minutes left. Just need our defense to come through one more time. 20-31. They do have all 3 timeouts, so this game is technically not over just yet. One more first down, though, ends this game, and that would be all she wrote. So let's make sure we end this game, hopefully. And we are going to run Hansen to the ground here. Just get us one first down and walking away out of here with a ring on Justin Herbert's finger. Not a good play. Did not go well at all. 2nd and 14. That was a fumble by me. Probably should have just ran halfback dive and kept it simple, but I was overthinking it. Do I throw this ball to try to get some... I'm going to try to get some yards back here. This could backfire. Oh my gosh, I see abs... This is backfiring. 3rd and 14. Not good. Not good stuff here. But okay, let's try to be better. So let's see if we can't get a first down throw here on 3rd and 14. The Niners will have 2 timeouts to go tie it up, unless we get a first down here somehow, which we're... Ladd might... Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta... You know what? At least I have to waste that last timeout. Okay, so just need our defense to bail us out. I made them waste that last timeout at least. And they tied us overtime, and I put ourselves in this position. I'm an idiot. I should have just ran, halfback dive 3 times. Or maybe I shouldn't even jumped in at all at this point. But we'll try to make up for it here and be better. And I think we have Thompson again with the burners, and he is going to get us another touchdown. And this time we go for 2, and we'll put this in our own hands and try to actually end this off with not, messing around at all. So let's come out here, go for 2, 70-yard touchdown to Brendan Thompson, and let's see if we can get this 2-point conversion, take the lead. This is for the Super Bowl. Scary stuff here, but scare money don't make money, so let's do it. Gadsden. I was about to say, I didn't know if that actually was across the plane, but they called it they called it as such, and just like that is a walk-off victory in the Super Bowl, and that is where I end it. Should have ended earlier. I kind of screwed up there, but anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy it. We're getting down to the end of Madden 26. Only have like 5 more rebuilds after this or whatever. But thank y'all for watching, or I think 7 or something like that. But this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.